Let's see here. Testing. All right, hold on a second. We gotta do our normal. Tweet it out. Yes, YouTube. You don't have to send me an email every time I start live streaming. I know I'm live. Silly YouTube. All right, hold on. Let's see here. Hello to people that are here. Brady, man, dude, how you guys doing? Last night, overnight, if you couldn't tell, we hit 1,000 subscribers. Woo. I don't know how. Oh yeah, I do know how to celebrate. I do know how to celebrate. Actually, can you? First of all, can you hear me? Well, I get the celebratory. Second time this week, we get to bust it out. Celebratory Mountain Dew for the second time this week. Woo. Oh, sweet. All right. So we got the celebratory Mountain Dew again. If you couldn't tell, hit a big milestone today. Overnight, actually. So last night, I finished up reacting to The Mandalorian and posting that video. Really successful right off the bat. Had almost 100 views in the first 20 minutes. I was like, all right, that's good. Getting some exposure. I was like, what if overnight I hit 1K? That'd be interesting. And I woke up and the top notification was a comment. I got comment notifications and it said congrats on 1K or something from some. Oh, I could tell you. I'm going to shout them out, I guess. The Astral Mech, so it looks like a Star Wars fan. Happy 1K, nice video. That was a notification I saw that notified me on that. And then about an hour later, I got a notification from YouTube saying congrats. So to that, we say, woo Mountain Dew, woo NASCAR, woo Star Wars, woo 1,000. Yes, Timmy Hill fan 66 in the chat. That is one of the first people I remember from starting this thing. Yes, Timmy Hill fan 66. He hasn't uploaded in a while, but what a guy. He's been here for a while. He also used to make some videos. They were pretty good videos, like tributes to like Chase Elliott's Pathway to Victory Lane, that kind of stuff. Stuff about Jeff Gordon. Did a Trevor Bayne crash kind of thing, you know. So thank you, Timmy Hill fan. But hello, Jared. Hello to everyone that's here, the 3 of you, people who are currently watching. But I did want to say first that hold on, I can't tell if we're having problems or not. Thank you to everyone, all 1,000 of you. It's been a long journey to this number, to this 1,000 number. I remember it took me almost a year to get to 100. I started this thing in 2017, about August, beginning of August, late July, and it was after Chase Elliott's first win that put me over the mark for 100 subscribers. So it took over a full year to hit that, and to hit 1,000 just a little over 2 years later is pretty neat, if you ask me. We've had a great couple of months here. I mean, if you look at the numbers, I keep track of my numbers. Plus 61 last month in subscribers, plus 81 the month before, 51 the month before, 55, 23. I mean, it's been a great few months here for this channel. And just this month alone, you know, every month I do a goal. I'll say I want this amount of subscribers, this many views this month. I try to achieve that goal the best I can. And this month, I've been watching some projections on this website, and they've had me getting to 1,000 around Thanksgiving time, and I was like, I really want to beat that. I really want to beat that projection, and to beat it 2 weeks early is pretty cool. But also just to, you know, this month has been amazing. I mean, we started the month with 942. We're currently at, I think it's 1,001 or 1,000 even. And so 58, 59 subscribers in the first 13 days of a month and over 10,000 views is incredible for this channel. So I know there's not a lot of you watching this right now, but if you're watching this in the future, thank you to everyone who's watched the video, whether you liked it, whether you disliked it, whether you subscribed, whether you've watched every video or not. It truly does mean a lot to me. You don't know how much it means, but it does mean a lot. But yeah, hopefully gonna make some more quality content in the future. Off season, we're gonna have fun. NASCAR, Mandalorian, we're gonna have fun with that. But yeah, back to the comments and stuff. Hello, Parker. How you doing? Thank you. Timmy Hill fan says, working on a new video for Chase Elliott title run. Ooh, I am excited for that. And once I can do community posts, apparently it takes like a week for this 1,000 subscribers thing to process, so I can't go back under. That cannot happen. But once I do community post, I will definitely be sharing some Timmy Hill fan 66 videos. He makes really good videos, so everyone go to his channel, subscribe to him too. He's got some really good videos. Daniel, how you doing? Thank you. Thank you for the congratulatory note, and also, you give some shout outs on Twitter. I notice those all the time, and I just want to say that really sometimes like it'll be a rough day for me, and to see like whether it be about YouTube or whether it be about just school or something like that, and just to pick up my phone one day, go onto Twitter, and there's so much negativity on Twitter. I don't need to tell you that, and to see a tweet just like saying, hey, here's some great guys to watch on YouTube. Here's some guys I really enjoy. That really does make my day. And so I just wanted to say thank you for all those posts, Daniel. It really does mean the world to me. And obviously, thanks for following the channel, too. That's pretty cool, too. Thoughts on Hemrick to the 18 and Herbst to the 98. Has Herbst to the 98 been confirmed? I don't think it has been. I wouldn't be surprised if it happened. But Hemrick to the 18, I feel bad for Hemrick. I really do, because he still hasn't won a race in NASCAR yet. But he did make it to the Championship 4 in the Xfinity Series, which is still pretty impressive. Like, it doesn't matter how you got there. If you get to the Championship 4, it's an impressive run. It doesn't matter what series. So, that's still an impressive feat. He still needs to win, I think. And he was part-time this year for Junior Motorsports. Had some bad luck, but he did have some good runs. He had a couple top fives, led some laps. But outside of that, I mean, yeah. Herbst, I don't know much about him. So, other than he's really young and he's got a lot of time to prove himself. Hold on, I'm gonna just hold on. My computer's running crazy, and I just want to pull something up here that we can stare at. I was going to stare at 1,000 subscribers, but there's a major Mandalorian spoiler on my channel. But I guess if you're here, then you've already had spoiled, so oof. Herbst's not in the 98 because he's trash. Yeah, I think Herbst gets too much hate, in my opinion. Yeah, he's crashed a bit. Everyone's crashed a bit. But people act like he's like the worst driver to ever be in a race car, and that's just not true. So, Herbst, I'm just here to tell you, I don't completely hate you. I'm going to give you some time to have a career and to prove yourself. So, hey, Herbst, I'm not a hater. I'm going to give you some time. Because remember, we were all hating on Austin Cindric for not being able to win an oval, and look at him now. He just won the Xfinity Championship. So, take some time off of the hate, I guess. It's almost confirmed. They just haven't announced it online already. Hello, Daniel. How you doing? Other Daniel. We've had 2 Daniels in the chat so far. Thank you for the congratulations. Chase Purdy did the 23. Yeah, he was in like 3 races this year. I didn't see how he did. I think he crashed out of one. That's about all I know. I don't know much about him. I don't know much about his background. I know that Jeff Gordon was really, because I follow Jeff Gordon on Twitter, obviously, and he was tweeting about him, and I was like, okay, if Jeff Gordon thinks this guy's good, Jeff Gordon's got an eye for talent, so I'm interested to see how he does. I think it's a little too early to declare him a Cup Series champion or a Cup Series winner, but give him some time. Oh, lovely. The people below me, they got this little party room, and they blast some music, and you can hear it up in my room, and I can hear it now. So if you hear any background noise, that is not me. that would be the lovely people below me. Anyways. He will not do well, but will do better than Danica. Oh, boy. You're really setting your expectations high there, aren't you? I feel bad for Danica. I still do. She had so much hype coming into her career. She had a decent IndyCar career. I think she won a race. She had a top 10 in the Indy 500. But NASCAR just was not her cup of tea, or cup of Mountain Dew, we should say. She was in good equipment. She just could never do anything with it. She had a couple really good runs. Atlanta 2014 is one of them. Kansas 2014. But she could never put together a consistent season. And then to see Eric Almirola the next year after she left go and win a race and make it to the round of 8 had to be disheartening. Obviously, Almirola's fallen off a little bit since then. But still, Danica, I feel bad for her. I watch the Truck Series occasionally. I make sure to watch all the playoff races, and then I'll watch like if I have nothing going on a Friday, I'll watch the Truck Series. But yeah, it depends on my schedule basically. But I watched the championship race, or at least half of it. I was having problems with my TV and Fox Sports for the first half of the championship race, but I try to watch as much as possible. NASCAR to the top 3 series. I don't watch ARCA or anything like that. I probably should, but I watch the Truck Cup in Xfinity. Forget school. I'm not missing this. Oh, man. Austin, thanks for the dedication. But, man, if you got school and you got some things to do, go get that done. I don't want to be in the way of you and succeeding in school. School's important, man. Trust me. It's very important. We shouldn't hype young drivers because they can be busts when everyone is saying they could be future champions. Yeah, I agree with that statement. You look at the current young drivers at NASCAR. You remember 2 years ago, Chase Elliott, he couldn't even win a race. And at the beginning of his career, he's Billy Elliott's son. He's taking over Jeff Gordon's car. Everyone's like, oh, he's a Cup champion already. And, at the time, even me, a Chase Elliott fan, was like, all right, pump the brakes. Let's hold on. Let's see how he does first. And, of course, my desk is shaking now because of the music. Thinking about it, it might be the room next to me. Anyways, he wins a race finally, and everyone's like, oh, he's a champion. I'm like, okay, it took him so long to win one race. What makes you think he's going to win championship all of a sudden? But as we saw, he went and won championship. But then you look at other guys that are hyped, Larson, heck, even Blaney, Briscoe, Custer, I guess, Bell. So I think it's good to hype people up, but overhyping can be bad in terms of saying people are going to win championships, or like, they're a guaranteed champion. They haven't even run a Cup race, but they're winning a championship. No questions asked. I think that's absurd, but I think hyping is good. Just don't overdo it. ARCA is getting weaker and weaker every year. Maybe I shouldn't watch it. Are you sure? Yes. School is very important. Thank you for showing up. It really does mean a lot. Thank you so much for being a follower of this channel. It really does, Austin. It does mean the world to me. Thank you for watching videos, showing up to live streams. It means the world. But yes, school is very important, my friend. So don't. If you've got stuff to do, do it. There's like parties. The people upstairs are jumping around. I got people in the room next to me blasting music. I got people downstairs blasting music. I guess they're watching the live stream and celebrating too. We'll go with that. This Mountain Dew has like no carbonation left. It's been sitting in the fridge all week. I'm down to this much left, I think. Who do you think will win the 500? Dude, I've been saying this because I've half jokingly, half seriously said this, but I'm picking Alex Bowman because I just think it would be the funkiest thing ever if Jimmy goes 3.5 years without winning a race in the 48, and then Alex Bowman in his first race in the 48 just shows up and wins the 500. I think that would be just irony to the max, but who knows? Yes, this is a college dorm, so the walls are very thin. The floors are thin. The roof is thin. I can hear every noise that happens in this building, basically. I got speakers up against the wall, on the other side of the wall, at least over there. Downstairs, there's another room. They like to blast music in. And then people upstairs, I don't know what their thing is, but they really enjoy aggressively walking, sprinting into the room, jumping up and down and screaming. They get really excited up there. Like, it'll be like, seriously, it'll be like 2 a.m. and like all of a sudden I'll just hear stomping. I am solo. It's a long story to how that happened, but I ended up getting my own room. So this is all mine for one more week and then next semester. But one more week, I'm going home. So you'll get the old original studio back starting next week. It's a long, complicated story. So I'm not gonna tell. I don't feel like telling it, but yeah. I mean, I'll tell you about the stories about people blasting music. I mean, for example, there's this big room in the middle, and it's kind of just like a common area, and they have TVs and speakers, and every weekend you'll hear some people partying in there, and it's not. Sometimes it's light, and sometimes it's like they blast the music and my room is shaking, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'll leave. But the worst is when it happened. Like last week, I got a phone call from a family member, and it was like in the middle of one of a party or something, and like I couldn't hear a thing they were saying. But anyways, we'll get off that topic, I guess. But Woo Mountain Dew. What if I get copyright striked for the background music that you can barely hear? I think that would be funny. I might be the only person. No, I'm not, because I'm in South. So I've met some people in class. I'll wear my Chase Elliott hat. I'll wear a Chase Elliott shirt. Like I had someone last year. I walked into class first day with the Chase Elliott Napa hat. He's like, "Oh man, I love your hat. I love Chase Elliott. Like I'm a big Elliott fan. I hope he can win the title this year." This was back last year, and I was like, "Yeah, me too." I don't know if he'll do it, but and then this year he did do it, and so I'm happy for me and that dude wherever he may be. And then I've also had the weirdest thing is like when a professor is like, "Hey, nice NASCAR hat," and I don't know why, but I'm just like, "Whoa, that like." It's more surprising when a teacher says something about it. When they're like, "Hey, nice NASCAR hat." I don't know why, but it just does shock me a little bit more. Who's the biggest underdog success story of the year for you? That's a good question. By the way, we're doing a 2020 recap kind of thing on Sunday. Another live stream. We're having a lot of fun with these live streams this year. Anyways, sorry, this music's very distracting. Oh my God, put my headphones on in a minute, but underdog story. I thought that I don't know if you can call him an underdog, but I think Burton winning those races at the end was pretty cool. Harrison Burton, son of Jeff Burton, he was getting a lot of crap because he's Burton's son. But for him to go out and win races and win in the ways he did was pretty neat to me. Pretty cool to see how he won Texas. That was a thrilling finish. I had a ton of fun with that finish. Like I was hyped for hours after that one. The funniest part was the call. Like Daniel said, Harrison Burton turns left. It's like, what's he gonna do? Turn right? There's a wall. It's NASCAR. You only turn left. No, like you should have said he goes to the inside. Rick Allen sometimes oofs really big and it's really funny, but that was one where I was just like, oh, obviously he turns left. Rick Allen, man. At the NBC's broadcasts this year I don't want to complain. I'm trying to stay positive here. I mean, for for Pete's sake, it's a celebration live stream. But man, NBC disappointed me this year. I get there was COVID and stuff, but when you miss a wreck of a playoff contender at Bristol, oh man, that was disappointing. And then just the commercials. They played commercials like every 5 laps. It was For me, it's honestly Willie B. He almost broke through in a mediocre car. He did break through. He won. I picked before the season that he would win a race, but that's because, if you remember last year, they took a huge step forward from 2018. They made the playoffs. They made the round of 12. And I was like, it's a lock. They win this year. And heck, they could make a round of 8 appearance. And, they got that win, but they struggle outside of that win. So they still have a lot to do there. Aggressive goes around. Oh, my gosh. I was at that race, so I didn't get to hear the call live. Like, literally, I was at Watkins Glen in the front stretch grandstands. I wish I recorded the last lap because there were like 2 crashes right in front of me. That would have been epic. You had Larson crashing into the pit road, and then you had Truex spinning out. And, dude, I swear, if I heard Aggressive Goes Around live, I would have been laughing for days. I would have thought that was the funniest thing live. The first time I heard it, I got a chuckle, and as time's gone on, it's become a meme, and so I'm so used to it being funny. But hearing it live would have been different. I hate these Coca-Cola. You know the commercial I hate the most? I don't know if I should be saying this, but they have that health commercial, the COPD, and yes, there are diseases out there. There are going to be companies that make I don't want to call it a cure, but a kind of medicine that can rather help you heal or that can help the symptoms die down a little bit, calm you down a little bit. But oh my gosh, if I hear like you do sometimes, Grandpa, one more time, I am going to snap. That commercial is the most cringy and frustrating commercial. Imagine you, like, when he says the wolf huffed and puffed, and imagine someone saying to you, like, you have like issues with your lungs and breathing and stuff. You have those issues, and someone says, like you do sometimes, Grandpa. Like, I don't care if it's your grandkid. That is savage to the max. And it's not even a real life scenario. Writers, real life writers, adult human beings paid to write a commercial script wrote that. The amount of chaos of that commercial blows my mind that they actually made that a commercial and that it's become popular. The other one, at first it was really funny. Now it's horrible. The Liberty Mutual Emu commercials. They were hilarious at first. They were great. The emu was hilarious. The guy, he was all right, but the emu made up for it. It is dead now. That commercial has scarred me forever because they have overdone it. They try to make that guy an over-the-top actor, which he does. He overacts, and it's terrible. And the emu is just there now. I am ranting about commercials. Where are our Mountain Dew commercials, my friends? Like, I need to, like, if I get a spot, I hope I get sponsored by Mountain Dew. I'm wearing a Mountain Dew hat and drinking Mountain Dew. Like, Mountain Dew, if you're watching this, you are delicious, my friends. The Blue Emu? I don't remember those commercials. Oh, hold on. I'm missing comments. Hello, Landon. Thanks for showing up. 1,000. Yes, it's a big deal. High five. Kinetic Drive. How you doing? Long time no see. It has been. Let's see. Nikolai P. Culp turns left. Harrison Burton turns left. Thank you, Rick Allen. Very cool. Rick Allen. I gotta admit, though, people give Rick Allen crap because he does make some horrific calls, but that call for Jimmy Johnson's 7th championship is going to go down as one of the greatest calls in NASCAR history, and you cannot change my mind. That make room Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt call was absolutely iconic. Anyways. Geico commercials are dead. Geico commercials are not dead. I still love those commercials. Oh my, oh my. Talk about a throwback. Gabe Graves, George Marie, how are you two doing? Wow. That just made my day. How are you two doing? Thank you, George. George, you are the GOAT, my friend. Wow. You guys are awesome. The ants one is not funny. I don't know which one you're talking about there. Oh, yes. Yes, the call at the end of the Kansas Xfinity race was awful. That was horrific. Rick Allen, like, people, if you stumble your words, everyone says you're having a stroke. And I think that's like, it gets used too often. But Rick Allen genuinely sounded like he was having a stroke on the last lap of the Kansas Xfinity race. He was like, in Ryan Sieg chugging cha. And then he was like, Chase Briscoe wins. And everyone's like, thank you, Rick. I think. Are you okay? Yeah. Oh, man. Any COVID commercial is horrible. COVID is terrible in general. If I see the greatest. Okay, I'm not going to say that. Okay, I am going to say something. It's controversial. Not having a YouTube Rewind this year has been the greatest thing to happen. YouTube Rewinds are the worst thing I have ever seen in my life. I think my videos back from when I didn't know how to edit are better than these YouTube Rewinds. And that is saying something because my videos used to be horrific. Anyways, love you too, George. Rick Allen has a good voice. Yeah, I heard about Alan Cavan. I feel bad because he genuinely is like a super passionate guy when it comes to racing and stuff. Like, you see him on like the races and stuff for the truck races on Fox. Even when he was wearing his mask, you could tell he had the biggest smile on his face. He's like that guy. He's like, I'm just happy to be here, basically. But he works his butt off. I really hope he lands on his feet and is able to get another job with NBC or another broadcasting company because he deserves the best. I love Alan Cavana. Pretty good. Procrastinating on a multivariate calc quiz. Definitely worth it. Oh, man. Gabe. Hope that quiz goes well for you, my friend. Uh-oh. Sirens. It's not the Dawsonville siren either. Or is that a plane? I don't know. Whatever it is loud and distracting. Ricky Craven, Alan Cavana, and Krista Voda are gone, but they keep Rutledge Wood. I think that Ricky Craven is retiring. Correct me if I'm wrong there. I love Craven. Krista Voda and Alan Cavana are hurt, though. Those two are amazing at their jobs. The fact that they're losing their jobs, it's not their decision, is absolutely outrageous, in my opinion. They are incredible. And Rutledge Wood, I think he's a nice guy. And at times he's really funny, but there's a lot of moments that he's extremely cringy. And I wish they'd give him more of a role than just the fans. Like, he's always like, look at the fans! It's like when Rick Allen that one time said, look at his hands, or whatever. It's like, imagine instead of that, whenever Rutledge Wood shows up, they play Rick Allen saying, look at the fans, look at the fans. You know what I'm saying? They should do that. Anyways, back to the comments. Yes, Rewind is a laughingstock. It's a joke. Oh, Marty Reed's quote. That hammering you hear is the sound of the nail of the final coffin. I should have played that over Chase Elliott's championship. I might do that. That might be like a 20-second video I post tomorrow. That hammering you hear is the nail of the final coffin. I use that in my daily life. Whenever a character in a movie is about to die, I will say that hammering you hear is the sound of the nail of the final coffin. I even got one of my friends who's not a NASCAR fan. I was telling him the situation. I kind of explained it to him, and I was like, look here. Look at this. This is the most horrific call. Imagine if they said this when the Patriots won the Super Bowl, and, he thought it was hilarious, which is saying something. So that is honestly the worst call I have ever heard. But it's such a meme, so I kind of like it that it happened. Unrelated, how about the magazine? Yeah, Texas A&M. I tell you what, I hate them because I'm a Texas fan. And yeah, they got some annoying fans, but I tell you what, this is it. This is their opportunity. It's still a long shot for them to make the playoffs now that Clemson has a loss, but this is their biggest opportunity to do something, whether it be make it to the playoffs. If they can't do that, they should make it to a big bowl, the New Year's Six bowl this year. So this is by far their best year in quite a while. Mond, I've given him so much crap in the past for being terrible, but he really has improved. I think he's looking decent this year. And I forget A&M's running back, but he's really good. And then A&M usually has a pretty stellar defense. They're able to keep points off the board, except for Bama and last year LSU. But they really are. They're a good football team. They usually are. They usually recruit well, but they just haven't been able to put it together the past couple of years. So, this is their this is their best opportunity since 1939, I would say, to have a shot at the title, if you want to say. Look at the bands! I gotta get a soundboard and play these sounds. I think that'd be funny. First off, I gotta get a second screen so you can't see everything I'm doing on this one. The worst Coca-Cola commercial is the one that starts like the day the world stopped. Oh my. Yeah, that one's really annoying. What's up, Clemson Carson? How you doing? Yeah, that's honestly what I see happening in the ACC. I see Notre Dame. Their biggest challenge is going to be at North Carolina. And Mac Brown is Mac Brown, so he could throw something together. But if they have a game like they did against Florida State, they'll get blown out. And so that's my biggest problem with them. But, yeah, I see Notre Dame winning out. I see Clemson winning out. And I see Clemson winning in the rematch with Trevor Lawrence. So it's going to be potentially 2 ACC teams in the playoff. Bama, unless Bama loses 2 games, which is basically impossible because they'll win out. And even if they lose the SEC championship to Florida, they'll make it. Bama, I tell you what, something I really want to see, I want to see Indiana win the Big Ten. That would be a story. That would be a story if Indiana won the Big Ten. That would be extremely fun. Chase pretty full-time. Yeah, we talked about that a bit. I don't know much about him, but yeah. How about Georgia Tech? Oh, boy, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about them, Georgia Tech. Are they the Yellow Jackets or Hornets? They are something it's not like that I don't like Georgia Tech. I just hate their mascot because I have a fear of, like, bees, wasps, hornets, Yellow Jackets. I hate those things. I hate them. Absolutely hate them. What do you think is the greatest championship moment celebration? I've been a fan for 10 years. And the most consistent thing I've heard is Kulwicki back in 92 when he won it all. I heard that was a pretty impressive championship. And then obviously the tragedy, him dying in 1993, I believe. Very, very tragic, but still I heard that he was an extremely thrilled to win a championship. But in my time as a NASCAR fan since 2010, Stewart's was one of the most impressive runs, I would say. Jimmy's 7th was one of the biggest celebrations, one of the clutchest wins. That was pretty neat. What else? Truex's was a very emotional championship because, he had worked so hard. Furniture Row was an underdog for their whole time. And then 2017, they just kicked everyone's butt. They simply showed up and dominated the season. And even in this format, they dominated the playoffs. They dominated the last race. They did everything right that season. And to see the emotion on Truex, Sherry Pollux, Martin Truex Jr.'s girlfriend, the most unfortunate thing was that Barney Visser, the team owner, couldn't be there because he had some health issues prior to the race. But I'm sure Barney Visser would have been extremely emotional too. But, yeah, I'd say since my time as a NASCAR fan, this year, obviously Chase Elliott being my favorite driver is going to be number 1 for my championships. Number 2, I'm going to go Jimmy 7th. 3, Tony Stewart, just because I got Hendrick bias, so I'm going to let Hendrick lead that. 4th is going to be Truex because, Martin Truex Jr., I met him. The first ever race I went to back in 2010, I met Martin Truex Jr. back when he was at MWR. And, dude, like to see him win a championship was so cool, knowing his journey and stuff. And just to see the emotion, it was just a great overall story. That's going to be a story that goes down in NASCAR history down the line, down the years. And if they won it back to back in 2018, would have been another great story. But another memorable, I know it's a controversial, I could say, but Kyle Busch's 2015, just everything he went through that year. Breaking his legs at Daytona before the Cup Series started when he got in that Xfinity crash. Coming back, only running 25 races, I think it was. Winning 6 races that year, I think. Winning 3 in a row at one point. That was a very impressive run. To see him do that was very impressive. I know a lot of people say he's not deserving, but then also watching him win it last year just to kind of validate himself, get himself a real championship, if you will, was really cool to see just because he's gotten so much crap for that, for just because of the format and the way it works. To see him win a championship straight up was really satisfying as a NASCAR fan because Kyle Busch really is one of the most talented drivers and is an all-time great. So it was great to see him get some validity, if you want to say. Furniture Row. Oh, well. Yellow Jackets. I think we just peaked. We had a Heisman as a coach and are never coming back. I remember Georgia Tech. There was one year, I can't remember who the quarterback was. He was good, and I think they beat Georgia, and they were like 8-4 that year. He ended up going to the NFL. He didn't do anything in the NFL, but he went to the NFL. It was about 10 years ago, I want to say. I just can't remember what year it was, but poor Georgia Tech. Here's my favorite championship victories since I've watched in 2009. Kyle winning was the worst. I thought him winning was bad because he missed a third of the season. Yeah, I think you could make that argument. But, it is what it is. Can't change it. Oh, Fox by a mile. People, for some reason, people think Fox is horrific, and then they go to NBC and they just drool all over it. I don't know if that's because of Dale Jr., or I don't know if that's because it's during the playoffs. Fox is so much better. I think that Mike Joy, just hearing Mike Joy's voice makes me happy. Mike Joy is my favorite commentator other than Alan Bestwick, who's currently not occupied in NASCAR. Rick Allen is not even close to Mike Joy. He's not even in the same universe as Mike Joy. Then when it comes down to the color commentary, Dale Jr., I think, has done an incredible job, but I felt like he was really toned down this year. I think he did a great job at the beginning, 2018, even 2019. He did a great job. I enjoyed listening to him. I really like Letarte. I think Letarte is good. At times, he can sound a little bit awkward, but it's fine. Burton is there. I feel like, 4 people in a booth is good at times, but when Dale Jr. and Burton sound almost exactly alike and say some contradicting stuff, it can be like, why do you have them both there? So I think Jr., they need to keep Jr. I like Letarte, so I say keep him, but Rick Allen, I don't know, man. Rick Allen, as I said, he has one of the most iconic calls of all time with Jimmy Seventh, but I really want Bestwick back in the booth. And then obviously when it comes, I really like the graphics that NBC uses for the ticker and stuff. And then the side kind of thing. But, dude, NBC was just bad this year. Fox had its problems, but Fox was 10 times better. And then overall, Fox just puts together a better broadcast. Mike Joy is great in the booth. Jeff Gordon has vastly improved. I remember his first year was kind of rough, He would just kind of say some things, and you're like, what? But Gordon's improved. I think Boyer is going to be an incredible addition to the booth. But other than that, yeah, I think Fox is better. Kamikaze Games claiming that he has left NASCAR for the 13th time. I don't know what that means. Isn't that like a YouTuber or something? But okay, if he's leaving. Is it like a joke or is it like legit? Because I need to base my reaction off of that. Is it like just an annual joke whenever the season ends he's saying he's done, or is it like a legit frustration, I'm done, but he just can't make up his mind? Yeah, in between the lanes, Boyer will make Fox better as well. I agree. I think NBC should call the first and Fox. No. We can't have NBC calling the Daytona 500. No, I don't want NBC at the Daytona 500. They can have the fall race. They can have the playoff races. They cannot have the Daytona 500. Fox needs the Daytona 500. It would be a joke. Dale Jr. will always get overhyped. Yeah. He was a good driver in his career. Don't get me wrong. But like people say he's the greatest to never win a championship. That's just blatantly false. I think he could have won a championship. I think he was good enough to win a championship. But to say he's better than Mark Martin or Denny Hamlin or even Carl Edwards is a joke. Come on, people. I love Dale too. And I think that side job thing, I think that will overhype him a little bit. But I still really like Dale Jr. in the booth. I think he's a great addition. He gives some great analysis. Sometimes he does say some random stuff, and I'm like, Dale, what? Like, you're just kind of blabbing on now. You can stop. But overall, I think he's really good. I like him in the booth. Fox's graphics and ticker from 2018. Yeah, I wish they did like NBC, where they had like the number that the car is running that day, and then they had like the face with the number. I really like NBC's graphics. NBC's graphics are top notch. Fox's are just kind of meh. I hope Fox over the offseason is doing something to improve their graphics. Don't copy NBC obviously, but do something that works. Heck, even ESPN's 2014 broadcasting was better. Or graphics, I should say. Junior's probably the best commentator NBC has, but that's not saying a lot. I like how when Fox does Xfinity races, they have current drivers. Yeah, I love that. I love hearing Kevin Harvick talk about the Xfinity Series. Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, Clint Bowyer, Kurt Busch. I really like Kurt Busch in the trucks booth. I know there's a good amount of people who don't like that. I think that Kurt Busch is a great addition to the booth for the truck series. I hope if he retires, he does that full time because I really enjoyed Kurt Busch in the booth. He made a video. It's a 22-minute video. I'm not watching a 22-minute video of a guy I don't know just to see if he is actually leaving NASCAR. What do you think of the possible hybrid NASCAR in 22? The engine, I don't know all the technicalities about the engines, but what I do hope to see, currently, if you don't know this, we currently have a 550 horsepower and high downforce package. So basically, you can hold it wide open, you can floor it the whole lap, and you'll be fine. The old package back in 2018 that's at intermediate tracks only. And then we run the 750 horsepower, low downforce, 2-inch spoiler. And then I think the 550 package is an 8-inch spoiler. So, you go to the short tracks, you run the 7. Dude, your guess is as good as mine. I don't think we'll ever see it again. I know it's going to happen eventually, but I'm just going to say it's not going to happen again because it's going to be really hard for that to happen. Hello, baby strawberries. Have you watched Lost Speedways? I have not, Stephanie. I'm not a hater by any means. Dale Jr. was a good driver. He was never great as Kenseth, and he always got... Yeah, I felt bad for Kenseth. Like, all 3 of Kenseth's retirements have been, extremely overlooked, which is really disappointing and really sad to see because Kenseth deserved better. He was a champion. He won 40-something races. I think Kenseth deserves more recognition. Truck racing with low downforce? I don't even know what they run. Whatever the trucks run, they need to just stay with it. They run great races. Same with the Xfinity. Don't touch the Xfinity or trucks. Cup is the only one. The fact that Cup is the only one we have problems with shows the stupidity of whoever made those decisions. What happened to Harvick commentating the Xfinity Series? I don't know. Kurt Busch is good in the booth. Thank you, Landon. I agree. Jeff Gordon isn't the most exciting commentator, but I do like him, and I've always liked Mike Joy, and of course Boyer's going to make them even better. Yeah, Gordon's kind of a calm, collected guy. He's not the kind of guy to scream on TV, unless he wins at Martinsville to make it to the championship 4. But, you know, I think it's going to be good to have his calm, and then Boyer's kind of, whoa! I don't know. Vince Welch is bad. I'm going to try to do a Vince Welch impression. Just brace for impact. Hold on. I'm going to try not to laugh during this. John Hunter Nemechek. I don't know. Vince Welch is such a meme. Rutledge. I like Michael Waltrip, but I think he's decent. He's not great, but he's not horrific. I'm sorry, no. The 550 package. I like the first Texas race because I was there and there was a 3-car battle for the lead at one point. Both Kansas races were bad. Michigan was bad. Second Texas race was bad. Charlotte races were bad. The first Las Vegas race was good. I'll give you that. My computer's losing its mind. The email freaking made it lose its mind. That's all I can remember. Bye, Daniel. Have a great rest of your day. I don't think it hurt his legacy. I don't think that hurt Kenseth's legacy. You know, because Kenseth is a Hall of Famer. There's no question about, golly, why can't I? Okay. I'm new to this broadcasting system. You know what? You're just going to see half of my face now. I look like Harvey Dent in The Dark Knight Rises. Or The Dark Knight, sorry. Anyways. Kenseth, he's still a Hall of Famer. He got put in a bad situation at Chip Ganassi. Kyle Larson gets fired for saying a bad word. Kenseth goes into a car that's very ready for Kyle Larson and not at all prepared to him. They have very different driving styles. Kenseth's never been in this package before. And then he gets a top 10 in his first race, and everyone's like, holy crap, Matt Kenseth, 2020 champion. And it's like, okay, cool. And then he sucked. He went to the Brickyard, finished second. He sucked outside of that. So I think there was just nothing, looking back on it, it was a bad decision on his part. So I don't think it ruins his legacy, but looking back on it, he should not have joined Chip Ganassi Racing. Let's see. I feel that Chase Elliott will be NASCAR's most popular driver for a long time. Yeah, I agree. I think that's the easy answer, but yeah, I agree. Waiting anxiously, yeah, I'm there too, Clemson Carson. I got my shirt is getting in December, the first week of December. I ordered from NASCAR.com, so I know the Chase Elliott store produces it quicker, but NASCAR.com had like this big discount. It was like 30% off, and it saved me like $20. So I was like, okay, purchase. I can wait an extra month for this hat and shirt. And so the shirt will be getting in the first week of December. The hat will be getting in the first week of January or the second week of January, depending on COVID and stuff. So it really just depends on how quick they produce and get it out, but I'll be wearing the hat a lot. You'll see a new hat. I know I said I wanted to do more outside of Hendrick, but Chase Elliott won championship. You expect me to not get that hat? Come on, man. All right, let's see here. We've been streaming for 50 minutes. Wow, it's a long time. Why? Why is my computer still being loud? It's so frustrating. You know what? Hold on. Let's try this. Screen. Let's see if this calms it down for a minute. You think this is a long live stream? Landon, I got something for you, my friend. The Chase Elliott live stream celebration was an hour and a half. Usually I try to aim for an hour, but the last few have gone way over an hour. An hour 15, hour 20, hour 5. We'll probably try to cut it off at an hour. But depending on what my computer does here, it's being very poopy right now. It's currently 4:35. The school cafeteria opens in about 30 minutes for dinner. Cap's not on. Hold on. Man, I've watched your championship reaction video about 10 times already. Thank you. That I was watching it. I was watching a compilation of fans just reacting to Chase Elliott's championship, and I made one of them, and it was just some guy throwing it together. It wasn't like NASCAR or anything, but I was looking at it and I was like, man, like me walking around the room was kind of weird, to be honest. But then my scream, I didn't even realize it was that high pitched. I was so excited in the moment that I knew I was happy, but I didn't realize it was so high pitched. And, thank God I wasn't wearing headphones. I feel bad for anyone wearing headphones watching that. It probably destroyed their eardrums, but I was excited. And, if you got a problem with me being excited about my favorite guy winning the championship, then I'm sorry. But as you said, pretty much summed up the Chase Elliott fan base screaming and freaking out. That's the first full championship I've been able to celebrate as a sports fan, I would say. As I said in that reaction video, the Texas National Championship was 2006. I don't remember it that well, so I didn't really get to live that one up. But this one I got to celebrate. I was by myself. I went and bought this 2-liter Mountain Dew, and I had fun. We did a live stream. Talked to some friends. I got one of my friends who's kind of a NASCAR fan, and he brought it up, and he knew I was happy. So, it was really cool. And then I got some random texts from people. Like my parents sent me a text, and they were like, "Wow, your guy won! Congrats!" And a couple of people that know I'm a big NASCAR guy, they knew I was stressed last week. They sent me some texts, and they were like, "Hey, your dude won. Are you happy?" And I was like, "Yes, very happy." I have had only 2 favorites, Dale Jr. and Chase Elliott. I am on that same boat. Jeff Gordon and Chase Elliott. And then Matty D, Timmy Hill, they're right below. And Jimmy. Jimmy Johnson's down there too. First NASCAR championship I've had to celebrate. Same here, Landon. Same here. Gordon never won one when I was a fan. In fact, he only won one in my lifetime. Barely. I think I screamed and hollered and cried afterwards. Feeling I'll never forget. Yeah, I'm there too. Going out to get the Mountain Dew was a proud moment. I was walking through that store with my mask on, and I was like, huge smile under my face. I thought about running around the store, but I was like, I'll probably get kicked out and won't be able to get the Mountain Dew, so I had to make sure. I think I jumped in the parking lot or something. Screamed and hollered and then cried, yeah. I did not go to... That night, I was so excited. I watched the highlights for about 2 hours. I watched some interviews. Watched the post-race press media availability for the obviously the winning team, Elliott, Gustafson, Hendrick, and then I watched Hamlin, Keselowski, Logano's post-race presser, and then Jimmy's. And I didn't even realize this, but I was so excited and stuff and watching all the stuff. I look up and it's 4 a.m. and I got class at 10 the next morning, and I was like, oh crap. But luckily that's my only class. I was able to take an afternoon nap before I completed my assignments that day. Yeah, I really, just like Chase Elliott said, I really expected there to be a caution at the end, but it never came. Thank God. Team Penske is the same paint schemes. Wow, I'm so shocked. This has never happened before. Why is my computer not shutting up? Whatever. I love drunk Chase Elliott. Oh, he was mad hungover. Are you kidding me? He didn't have his voice. He didn't sound like he was there mentally. I mean, he was beyond hungover. But he did not sound well on the Dale Jr. podcast. Yes, just like the Coke 600, I was like, dude, if William Byron, Alex Bowman, or God forbid Jimmy Johnson blows a tire with 2 to go, that is going to be the perfect recap of Chase Elliott's 2020 season. But, it didn't happen. If you think about it, the last 3 Elliott wins this year were super ironic because you look at his first 2. The first one, he got a long green flag run miraculously, or a middle green flag run, like a 30, 40 laps. And then the Daytona road course, there was a late caution, but he was able to hold on. But the Roval, Martinsville, Phoenix were like kind of long-ish runs. I want to say Phoenix was a long run, but whatever. What happened. I wanted Moffitt to win the truck championship. That caution screwed him. Do you follow a certain driver from trucks all the way to the Cup Series? I really do like Brett Moffitt. He's probably my favorite trucks guy. I will pay attention to him in the Xfinity Series next year, but I can't say that I followed a guy up from trucks to Cup. My computer needs to shut up. Maybe it needs some air. Maybe this. Maybe it just needs some air. I don't know. I don't know how this thing works. Zane Smith. I like Zane Smith. Yeah, I like him. Hopefully he can go back to back. Ooh. In this format, I don't know. We haven't seen it yet in this format, but that'd be cool to see him do it again. This format's it's kind of screwy, but it's whatever. Oh, this computer needs to shut up. Ah, man, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of tired of that Napa scheme, if we're being honest. I wish they'd switch it up. Like the yellow one they ran at Las Vegas last year. That was really cool. That was really unique. I really liked it. I really hope they keep that or bring that back. I hope they switch it up a little bit. Like seeing them run it 26 races a year is like, change it up a little bit. Do something fun with it, He will at least make the Final Four again. Yeah, that's not a lock. I mean, you still got Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski in the Cup Series. So, Final Four is not a guaranteed spot. Don't forget about Martin Truex Jr. So it's definitely not a lock, but definitely getting better. Do you think there's going to be another bounty placed on Kyle Busch? No. I think that was over. I think that was a one-and-done thing for a bounty standpoint. I remember making that video back in May. I did the Mandalorian Chase Elliott, the Chase DeLorean or whatever I called him, or the Bounty Hunter Chase Elliott, whatever. That was fun to make. Hi, I just got off the bus. Hello, NASCAR Maniac 2009. They definitely need to add more yellow. Like the white. Look at the white. Like, I wish they would make the roof blue. I feel like the roof blue would be cool. That would be cool. That's just me, I guess. I was at that race, the Talladega Fall 2019 with the neon green and the neon yellow. That was a cool looking car. I got to see that up close and in person. You can go watch my video on that. It should be under my live events I attended. I went to the garage and saw that back before the COVID happened. Hoping to get back to the Talladega garage in the spring of 2020. This is really far in advance, but if they do allow full capacity or at least a majority capacity and garage access, my plan was going to be go to the garage on Friday because they're really cheap tickets compared to the Sunday tickets to go to the Friday practices and stuff. I mean, they're not, well, okay. If they don't have Friday practice, I guess I'm not doing that, so never mind. I guess this year kind of screwed that up. Yeah, I hope they keep the yellow numbers because he's 1 for 1 in the yellow Napa numbers. Shut up, computer. Like, what the heck is up with this thing? It's not even that warm. Oh, I feel the fan back here. Maybe it just needs some air time. I don't know what's up with it, but it's very annoying. All right. Well, let's see how long we've been going. We have been going for an hour. Because it's making loud fan noises. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's bothering me. I don't know if it's bothering you, but it's definitely bothering me. I mean, just hearing it in the background, having to talk over it is a little bit of a pain. Little Caesar's car is all right. It's nice to see something different from the Napa every once in a while. I really like the Hooters this year. I liked the Mountain Dew they ran in 2018, that kind of darker green with the black stripes. This year's bright green I didn't really like, to be honest. You'll probably go to both Darlington races again. It's your home track. Dude, I've always wanted to go to Darlington. That sounds like such a great race. Races I am going to next year. As I said, Talladega, Texas All-Star Race, maybe COTA, maybe. And then if I win the lottery, I might buy a plane ticket and go to the Daytona 500. I doubt that's going to happen. Yeah. So outside of winning the lottery, Talladega, Texas All-Star, maybe COTA. So 4 races next year I'm looking at. KBB I like the 2018 KBB scheme the best. They had some white, they had some gold, they had some blue. The gold and blue looks nice, but I like the white mixed in there. I think that makes it a little bit more popping, I guess. Makes it more interesting. Christian Eckes, yes, he got really close if I remember correctly this year, so I think he does get it done. Plus he flipped off Ben Rose, and that was hilarious. You flip off someone, you get to win, in my opinion. Oh, I think he wins the Southern 500 next year. He gets himself some redemption. First of all, redemption motivation. Second of all, they're running the 750 package, which is what Hendrick excels at. If you couldn't tell this year, 4 of their 5 wins from Elliott were on the 750 package. So I like their chances there. Yeah, I wish they had a patriotic Napa scheme this year. They didn't do that. That was a little disappointing. I hope they bring one back next year. And I don't like when they do the yellow numbers on the patriotic Napa scheme. Make the Napa yellow, if anything, and do everything else white, red, and blue. No, my early prediction is he wins the Darlington Southern 500. The Coke 600 would be a cool story too, but I think the Southern 500. He came so close at Darlington 2 out of the 3 times this year and got screwed over. Yeah, I agree. I like this 2016 and 2017 patriotic scheme. I don't have him winning the 500. He has yet to amaze me at Daytona on the oval. He got really close in the fall this year. Outside of that, he's been horrific at Daytona. So, no. Yeah, that would be a bold prediction if you're asking me. He's horrific at Daytona. Wow. All right. I think that's going to do it for this. Once again, it means the world to me, guys. It really does. It was a long journey, but we hit 1,000 subscribers. I got the 1K on my name now. That's a pretty neat accomplishment. It's been a really good week. Elliott winning the title. Really good episode of The Mandalorian last night. Jimmy going out on a high note and hitting 1,000 subscribers here. It's been a great week for me personally. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. We're going to be back with another live stream on Sunday talking about the 2020 NASCAR season. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you once again. It really does mean a lot to everyone who's been here since the first video. If you just subscribed yesterday, I mean, it means the world to me. So thank you. You guys are the best. Thank you, and have a incredible